think it was nighttime because it's so dark here, but it's just raining. So this is a video. I got up late, like noon. Yesterday was really grueling for me with the working out and having the whole day spent with just a smoothie, going to Costco, already tired, and then coming home, and it takes a lot out of you. So I decided to sleep in a little bit more. I woke up at 7 and then went back to bed, and it was noon. So I'm working out at home again, and I kind of like it. I get to shoot a video, I get to work out, I can actually have an effective workout while I'm recovering. That's important. That's what I want to talk to you about. Well, it's not exactly what I want to talk to you about, but it's one of the segments. A little bit about Gary Vee, why he's so toxic to younger generations, and kind of incorporated into my workout routine. So, as you already know, I always start my workout with some stair climbing. I'm not going to take you with me, it's just stairs. So, I'm going to attempt to do 4 again. I don't feel that bad. I'm a little, the face is swollen up, I'm a little foggy, but the body feels good. So I'm going to go for stairs. While I'm on the stairs, I'm going to go through my Instagram. So 2 things at one time, mindless work. That wasn't bad. I did 3 at the clip, 1 more left. So I'm going to start off with some Romanian deadlifts. Now, I don't have a tremendous amount of weight here, which is perfect, which means I could kind of gauge a little easier what I can do, because I won't be inspired to do heavy weight. It'll be controlled, it'll be more of a maintenance workout. So that will also allow me to recover because I'm not pushing my limits. I don't push my limits all the time anyways, because there's no need. And when it comes to working out, there is no need to push your limits each time. You have to rely on your recovery. If you're pushing your limits and it takes you too long to recover, you can't get the consistency. So stimulate, not annihilate, when it comes to either weight training, cardio, anything of this sort. But push the limits once in a while. And the frequency at which you do that depends on each person. There are so many variables that you can't control that you have to adjust depending. If you wake up all groggy and things aren't working well, you adjust, you pull back on your workouts. But you're still doing it and you're consistent. That's what counts. So, yeah. This is just an aside. I wasn't able to do this, such a shoulder hyperflexion like this, without pain for many years. And I noticed that yesterday I was doing pullovers where I tried to go for range of motion, and then I focus on the strength of my serratus to push the shoulder blade down so I don't have pinching in the shoulder. I was able to go, past my head on both sides, feeling it. I was impressed. It's weird that when you work on something, I've been working on it for, 6 months, and I don't do the pullovers all the time, but I'm doing other things, and I'm always focusing on strengthening the serratus and the lower trapezius to get the shoulder blade down to allow room for the shoulder to actually move without pinching. And this is kind of a gaze to see what I can do. And voila. It's not always going to be like that. When you do something in weight training, you throw yourself off balance. But in general, I've been moving towards that, and this is the first time in not a single pinch. A little tight at the end range, but even working this movement where you have a little bit of weight and you're lifting up, I was able to actually go through with this arm, which is the limiting. It's just fascinating how you're consistent with something, but you're not obsessed with it on the daily, focusing, like watching your hair grow. If you watch it every day, it's not going to look like it's growing. but you stay with the actual routine, the consistency. The process? You stick with the process as opposed to the result, knowing that the process will get you to the result. Sometimes you don't know. Sometimes you feel like it's not going to happen. You're not sure. Yeah, of course, you check it every now and then and you adjust. But this is good, and it makes it worth it that I could actually have a good range of motion, pain-free. I don't have it in all my exercises, but it's a start. It's very encouraging to keep going. So, alright, so I've been watching Gary Vee videos for about almost a year, I would say. Maybe 8 months, 10 months, I'm not sure. I don't remember the first time I've seen it. But I've been watching a lot of them. A lot to know and to form some sort of opinion. I'm sure other people are like me in the sense that when Jordan Peterson came out on the internet scene and Gary Vee, there's a tendency to believe everything, to follow everything, to kind of mold yourself in the shape of said person. What I've learned with time is that you have to pull back, you have to let time take its course and see what is good for you and what's just plain and manipulation. Right? Not necessarily intentional manipulation, but look, if you're in university, and I met people like this, in university and they believe everything a teacher says. When you're smarter and more wise, you realize that a lot of times teachers are highly narcissistic, so they kind of put in their opinions around actual facts. So then you tend to believe, if you're someone with a malleable mind and a low sense of self, or not a sense of self, you might believe everything that the person says. Whereas when you have a better sense of self and you know your values and your morals and you know what you want, you could think a little bit more critically and kind of see what is possibly true, what can be true, what you could actually see for yourself, and what kind of makes you question, like, what? You know, like, where'd that come from? That doesn't make sense. And then you can kind of challenge it. And if upon challenging, you find out that said thing is true, then you incorporate it into who you are. That would be a more realistic way of building yourself up and henceforth building your brand and whatever. That's the way I see it. But I have seen people who take everything that someone says, all or nothing, black or white, there's no gray, this guy is God, his dogma is my dogma, I will bow and suck your. No, it should not work that way. No one is like that. Everyone is a human being. And there are many ways to skin the cat, okay? From what I know about Gary Vee, he came into his money. Sure, he brought up his parents' wine business, seen the YouTube channel, but I also know that aside from that, he happened to have been fortunate to invest in Uber, I think, and Twitter, which helped amass his little fortune. So some of that opportunity is not available to us now. So you have to kind of deal with what you have and take everything into consideration and come out with your plan. Everything Gary Vee says, it should not be taken verbatim. It should be analyzed and critically thought over, and then you make up your decision. What really irks me about these Gary Vee videos is when he's doing an interview or he's invited and he's there to critique people's businesses. He mentions the word empathy a lot. Okay, empathy. I empathize. My wine name is Empathy. Dude, if you're empathetic, you wouldn't have to keep saying it. Right? Are you trying to convince yourself and others that you're empathetic? If you're empathetic, it shows, okay? Just like saying, oh, I'm hot. I'm good looking. You're not the one to say it about, well, to a certain extent, if you're saying that about yourself, you're trying to convince people of you. Whereas it would be obvious to people. The definition of empathy, according to Oxford, I'm assuming it's the Oxford Dictionary, it's a noun stating that the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. What does Gary Vee do in these videos where he critiques people? From what I see, this is my perception, he cuts people off and fills in their answer and tries to give his answer. He doesn't take the time to actually absorb the feelings of the other person. It's so cold, these interviews. There's no empathy involved in that. None. But to say I empathize is very narcissistic. It's putting out a self that you want people to believe. I'm Gary Vee. I'm from Belarus. I'm 43 or 44, whatever. I look the same age as the person talking to you right now. Dude, you are not 43. 53 maybe. Closer to my age. But if you look like that and you're from Belarus, I'm a descendant of Belarus. My father is from Belarus. It was Poland, it changed to Russia during the Holocaust, and then it became Belarus, Goyim. I wasn't born there, thank God, but still, that's bullshit, babe. You're haggard as f***. You're not presenting something, you're talking, and people are listening to that, but they're not looking at you that you're f***ing haggard. What does that say? You're not even looking into yourself. You say often that I do my decisions with no emotion whatsoever. Granted, things should be rational. Once emotions get into decisions, you could be making mistakes. It's good to pull back. But if you completely cut off to emotion, which that's kind of what you exude on your YouTube videos, this is a good reason why you're haggard. You don't listen to yourself even. You're just planning out things like a robot, getting to where you are. How long do you think you're going to live? You think you're going to live till 50? Maybe, maybe not. This image of work, no vacation, no vacation, no vacation, and then backtracking. I know you're starting to backtrack. This is not hate, this is reality. The way I see it, of course. It's my opinion. What gets me riled up in these videos where Gary tends to interrupt people and then talk with a vernacular that is hip-hoppy, stop it. Just stop that. It's annoying. It really is. I don't think people will even challenge you while they're being critiqued because they're thankful and grateful that you came to see them. For what? You're just a human being giving advice. You're the thing of the time. You've been around for a long time. I understand that, and now you have your 15 minutes and you're using it the way you want to use it. That's fine. But be real. You're being real. You're like, to me, I see a caricature based upon, yeah, you're an immigrant. Yeah, you're from Belarus. Ba 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 ba. I don't see it. Initially, it's a breath of fresh air. But then it gets tired. And I know you've repeated that. You say that you do the same thing. That's what you do. I agree. Repetition, same boring, monotonous stuff to get where you want to go. I firmly believe in that. Yeah, I do. But interjecting with things that are not true, the empathy, you're interjecting your answers to people as opposed to giving other options depending on the people, because businesses are based on people. They are. If they're going to your creative agency, sometimes it'll be just on the performance, but a lot of times, assuming that other creative agencies do the same or similar performances, the final straw on basing a decision whether to work with said agency is the people onto the workout. Gotta protect that floor because I already scraped it with this machine, so I know now. Alright, I'm going to do the last flight of stairs. Okay, I'm going to stop the video here because I'm getting tired and I'm getting hungry. It's getting late. So if this video gets any views, I'll do another one on Gary Vee showing more examples. But yeah, that's kind of where I stand, and I'll see you in the next workout video.